I would get so much hate tweets when it was called in, so much hate tweets and just guff from right-wing conspiracy theorists being called everything from, fag to...
Don Lemon has landed squarely back on my radar.
Don Lemon, who's a, loser.
And what has Don Lemon been up to?
Well, he's been up to all sorts of mischief. Now, this is going to be really, really funny. We've got some backstory to get through, but bear with us because this is super duper funny. So remember that church protest thing we covered in our last video, the ICE thing?
Yeah.
Where they were just like abusing people like going to church?
Oh, come on, Bering. It was clearly a snazzy gathering.
Yeah. A white nationalist snazzy gathering. Well, it turns out that along with this cretin here, Don Lemon was part of that protest group.
Oh, God.
So he sort of followed them as like a journalist. I'm just documenting this situation sort of thing. That's what he says. So as we saw, they've hurled a bunch of abuse outside the church, and then they actually went into the church. Now, this is Don Lemon interviewing the pastor. This is like when the what's it called? The ceremony, the service is supposed to be happening. So there's lots of talk of these people and Don Lemon getting charged. Apparently they're talking about charging him and them under like the KKK Act or the FACE Act or something. So here's Trump talking about it.
They're patriots, and they have to be abused by guys like Don Lemon, who's a, loser, lightweight. I saw him the way he walked in that church. It was terrible. I have such respect for that pastor. He was so calm. He was so nice. He was just accosted. What they did in that church was horrible yesterday.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the pastor that we saw Don Lemon interviewing. He's actually also some kind of ICE coordinator as well. The pastor thing is just like his part-time gig. So anyway, Benny Johnson, the YouTuber, he had on the Assistant Attorney General, I think, what's her name? Harmeet Dillon to talk about this.
This has the highest attention of the Attorney General and my Department of Justice team because it is, as you said in your intro, this isn't actually a question of whether we're going to stand for it. It is illegal. And what I saw yesterday made me ashamed, frankly, for the United States that we have an Attorney General in Minnesota, Keith Ellison, and Tim Walz, Tampon Tim, who absolutely refuse to enforce our state laws.
I love the way she said Tampon Tim and he was just deadpan.
Yeah, you know where Tampon Tim comes from, right?
No.
Well, he's the governor of Minnesota, and at one point he introduced a bill, or he wanted to introduce a bill, to put free tampon vending machines in
For
the
transes?
boys' toilets.
Oh.
Yeah, for transers, basically.
Where are they going to stick them up their ass?
Yeah, presumably.
It's in case I get a nosebleed.
Yeah, a dual nosebleed. So clearly, Don Lemon has jumped on this whole immigration ICE issue. He's trying to be a darling of the left, a spokesperson sort of thing.
Yeah.
And what he does next, what we're about to watch, I think is quite possibly the most retarded thing I've seen like this year. I mean, it's only a couple of weeks into the year, but it's so retarded. Once again, proving that Don Lemon is a midwit. So let's have a look. This is going to be funny. Let's go!
Okay, crossing the border illegally is not a crime?
No, it's not a criminal act. It's a misdemeanor.
I'm sorry, already, yeah.
So let's just break that down. The woman just said, so crossing the border illegally is not a crime?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, it's not a criminal act.
So why are they being sent back and saying that they're breaking the law?
That's the point.
Okay, as somebody that actually...
We don't know if they're breaking the law because they won't tell. There's no due process. Where's the evidence? That's the whole point. And if they are breaking the law, most people will say, okay, then they need to go if they're criminals.
Okay, just consider what we just heard. We have just witnessed Don Lemon join the alt-right. He just said if they are breaking the law, then they need to go. They need to be deported.
Yeah, because they're criminals.
Yeah.
Even though he just said that it's not illegal.
Yeah, well, he's confused, right? He's mixing a couple of things up. We'll get to that in a sec.
But if they're not, why are they being rounded up and sent out? Especially when he promised to deport the criminals, and now he's not doing that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going...
Misdemeanor is not a crime. That's what you're saying.
So misdemeanor is not
It's not a
crime?
criminal act. No, if you get charged with a misdemeanor, that's not a
So
criminal
why
act.
get
Okay, so he's saying if you get charged with a misdemeanor, that's not a criminal act. It is a criminal act. By definition, it's a criminal act. But what he's getting confused here, see, this is an old lefty talking point. And I've heard this for fucking years, but Don Lemon is such a midwit that he can't, like, grasp the concept. So being undocumented in the US is primarily a civil violation, right? Now, the key phrase is being undocumented in the US is a civil violation. Illegally crossing the border is a federal misdemeanor, right? A misdemeanor is a crime. It's not as serious a crime as a felony, but it's still a crime. So it's the difference between crossing and being. So the act of crossing into America is absolutely a crime. It's illegal.
Yes.
But the act of merely being in America undocumented, yes, it's a civil matter.
Okay, but don't you have to have crossed the border at one point to be being undocumented?
Yes, yeah, you do. But there's a distinction there.
Okay. No, I'm not a criminal. I committed the crime like 5 years ago. I'm just undocumented now.
Well, I suppose the actual crossing into the border is an act that they can catch you sort of doing.
Okay.
I mean, look, they can catch you being in America undocumented too. But I suppose I would draw like an analogy to like, it's illegal to buy heroin. I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think it's illegal to be high on heroin. Like if you go up to a cop and say, I'm high on heroin, I don't think they're going to charge you. They can charge you for possession, they can charge you for dealing, they can charge you for purchasing, but they can't charge you for being high on heroin. That's the distinction, and he's got it fucked up. And he's a retard, and he just gets fucking bodied by this little old lady and this random guy that just happens to be standing there. It's so funny.
That's not a
So
criminal
why
act.
get charged at all then? If it's not a criminal act.
Because we have different levels of crime. Everything is not the same.
So it is crime.
No,
It's just
we
different
have
levels.
different levels of. No, I shouldn't say crime, but it's not a crime. You're not breaking the law. I mean, you are breaking the law, but it's not a criminal act.
Okay, he's just thinking, fuck, I really don't know what I'm talking about here. And he's just making this up on the fly. It's not a crime, it's a criminal act. Okay, Don, fucking hell.
he looks pissed too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's been
She's
caught out.
laughing, yeah, and he's pissed.
breaking the law.
No,
The law, but it's
you're
just
not breaking the
different
law.
level
The
of
misdemeanor is not
crime.
breaking the law.
No.
If you're speeding, drinking, get pulled over, DUI.
That's not a criminal act. Well, no,
It's a
if you're
misdemeanor.
speeding is a misdemeanor.
It's a
Right.
misdemeanor. So it's still breaking the law.
Okay. Well, if you want to qualify that, we're doing semantics.
Oh,
it's
we're doing
semantics now.
The fact that I'm completely wrong is
Yeah.
just you doing semantics.
Yeah, how convenient, Lemon.
He's such a nuff.
But what I'm saying,
pulled over.
but what I'm trying to tell you is everything is not the same. It's all not one thing.
Yeah, no shit. It's all not one thing. Fucking murder is not illegally parking. What are you talking about, Don?
God, he's such
Not
an
all
idiot.
crimes are like exactly the same. Yeah, we know, Don.
I hope a pigeon hits him in the head.
But is it the law?
What is it? The law that what?
Is it a law to come
Is
over
there a
legally?
law?
Is there a law?
There are rules that processes that you should follow. Yeah, so you're breaking rules. You're breaking the rules, but you're not necessarily breaking a law.
So what happens when you break the rules?
Then you suffer the consequences. But the consequences should not. Look, no one is saying no one should suffer the consequences. You guys are getting things mixed up.
Oh, they're getting things mixed up. That's one of the best clips I've seen. As I said, this year, probably in the last, let's say, calendar year, 365 days.
What a pompous twat.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, I posted this to Twitter and said, it's not a crime, it's a misdemeanor. Don Lemon is not a retard, he's retarded.
It's semantics, Barry.
It's just semantics.
It's levels. It's different levels of retard.
Yeah, not all retarded is the same.
Yeah, it's mild retardation.
So this guy, the Hoss, responded, I'm just going to leave this here. And I forgot about this.
Okay.
This is so epic. Remember, I think it was MH370.
Mm-hmm.
There was two MHs. There was like MH370 and MH17.
Is that a gang?
No, they're aeroplanes. They're flights.
Oh, what's the gang? MS-13?
MS-13, yeah.
Okay.
But one was shot down over Ukraine and everyone died. And the other one was that Malaysian Airlines flight. It just disappeared.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yeah, so this is Don Lemon on CNN in his CNN days discussing MH370 with a panel of experts. Just watch this.
Has he got a theory?
He's got a theory.
What if it was something fully that we don't really understand? A lot of people have been asking about that, about
black holes and on and on and on and all of these conspiracy theories. Let's look at this. Noah says, what else can you think about? Black hole, Bermuda Triangle. And then Deji says, just like the movie Lost. And of course, they're also referencing the Twilight Zone, which has a very similar plot. That's what people are saying. I know it's preposterous, but is it preposterous, you think, Mary?
Well, it is. A black hole is about, a small black hole would suck in our entire universe, so we know it's not that. Bermuda Triangle is often weather, and Lost is a TV show. So
Right.
I think I always like things for which there's data, history, crunch the numbers. So for me, those aren't there, but I think it's wonderful that the whole world is trying to help with their theories.
I'll translate that. She said, Don, you are retarded.
Yeah, I tend to deal in evidence, Lamont.
Now, to be fair, a small black hole wouldn't swallow the universe. I mean, there's black holes in the universe.
Wouldn't that be like a wormhole or something instead?
Well, look, a black hole might swallow our solar system, maybe.
Or a Stargate.
But isn't there like a black hole at the center of the galaxy? But anyway, I thought that was retarded and funny, so that's what Don Lemon's been up to. Visit Sugar Tits. She has a channel.
Yes, I do.
Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Recession.